The topic for today is on column proof using algebra, day 1. Note, in a 2-column proof, you are not looking for the answer, but a sequence of logical reasoning that leads to the answers. Class notes. Equality properties. So these are some of the properties in algebra. The first property is called addition property of equality. The same number can be added to both sides of an equation. So here is an example. If a equals 16, then a plus 3 equals 2. So this should be a 16 out of 10 plus 3. The second property called subtraction property of equality. The same number can be subtracted from both sides of an equation. So if q equal to 9, then q minus 5 is equal to 9 minus 5. Multiplication property of equality. The same number can be multiplied by both sides of an equation. If z equal to 6, then z times 2 equal to 6 times 2. Division property of equality. Both sides of an equation can be divided by any non-zero number. If a equal to 3, then a divided by 2 equal to 3 divided by 2. Okay. The other set of equality properties is called reflexive property of equality. Any number variable is equal to itself. So here we example that x equal to x, 19 equal to 19. So it's called reflexive. Symmetric property of equality. An equation can be written in the opposite order. So if x equal to 7, then 7 equal to x. Then we can switch to forward and backward. So it's called symmetric. Transitive property of equality. Two quantities that are equal to the same thing are equal to each other. So if a equal to 9 and 9 equal to b, then a and b are equal to each other. So then a transferred the information over to b. Substitution property. A number may be substituted for each equal in any expression. So if a equal to 9 and b equal to 9, then a equal to b, or we can use substitution. So for example, if a equal to 90 and we say a plus 3, so then we can substitute a for 90 plus 3. Okay, so let's go through our example 1. Write a 2-column proof. So whenever we write a 2-column proof, the first column will always be your statement, and your second column will be your reasoning. And your reasoning is based on those 8 algebra properties. Right, so we're given that 2 times the quantity of 3x minus 4 plus 11 is equal to x minus 27. Prove that x equal to negative 6. So for any proof, your statement number 1 or your first statement will always be based on what is given to us. So you would copy exactly what is there, and your reason is given. And then step 2, we will work it out. So we do 2 times 3 and 2 times negative 4, which give us negative 6 minus 8. So then we're using the distributive property. All right, and then the next step, well, here we're combining negative 8 and a positive 11, which gives us a positive 3. So this statement should be addition. Or instead of using negative 8, you may use subtraction. Right? And then, so here we want to move the x, so then we're subtracting x from both sides of the equation, so we're using subtraction. Oops, my mistake, I went on to be using subtraction. And now we're combining like terms, so x minus x is a 0, 6 minus x is a 5, so we're using substitution. Okay, next one, we want to minus 3 from both sides of the equation, so we minus 3 from the left and minus 3 from the right, so we're using subtraction. And to move to the next one, we're combining like terms, so 3 minus 3 is a 0, so which leaves us with a 5x, and negative 27 and negative 3 would give us a negative 30. So, okay, and to solve for x, we divide 5 from both sides. So then 5 minus 5 gives us an x, negative 30 divided by 5 gives us a negative 6, so which is the proof of the answer. So then when we're doing our proof, your first step will always be your given, and your last step will always be your proof. And in between are your step and your reasoning. Right, let's go on to our example 2. So we're given that 6x plus 2 times the coordinate of x minus 1 equal to 30, and we want to prove that x is equal to 4. So as we said before, the two column proof, the first column is your statements and your second column is your reasoning. So step 1 will always be what is given to us. In step 2, we work this out, so we're using distributive property, so we call this distributive property. And then step 2, so we're combining 6x plus 2x to give it ax. So this would be addition. Right, and then for step 4, we want to bring the 2 from the left over to the right, so we're adding 2 to both sides, so that our addition property. And here we're combining like terms. So then our reason is substitution. And to solve for x, we divide both sides by 8. So we're using division. And 8 divided by 8 is 1x. And 32 divided by 8 is 4. So substitution. So this is our proof. Right. Example 3. So we want you guys to fill in the blank. Complete the following proof. So we're given that ax minus 5 equal to 2x plus 1. We want to prove that x is 1. So our first step is the given. Right, so here we want to move the 2x from the right over to the left. So then we're subtracting 2 from both sides. So then reason for B is subtraction. Okay, so then we're combining like terms, so then ax minus 2x will give us 6x minus 5, and 2x minus 2x is 0, so this gives us a 1. And the next step is that we want to solve first, so we're going to add 5 to both sides. So we're going to plus 5 to both sides, so we're going to end up with 6x equal to 6. So then this is with combining like terms, so this is called substitution. Right? And to solve for x, we're going to divide 6 from both sides, so this is division. And 6 divided by 6 is 1, so we have a 1x, and 6 divided by 6 is also 1, so this is okay. So then we want you guys to try this out on your own, and then I'm going to give you guys a minute to work this out, and I'm going to give you the answers. Okay, let's move on to our next. Right, so similar to the one before, try this out and I'll give you the answer in a minute. Okay, let's go on to our next one. Okay, so for this one, you have to imagine that we're subtracting 3 from both sides, right? Okay, so then this step is subtraction. And then we're going to add 18 to both sides. So then this is addition. And to solve x, we're going to divide 5 from both sides. Okay, and then here we're switching the x from the right over to the left and 6 from left over to the right. So then this is we call symmetric. Right, so that's the end of our notes. So your homework for tonight is on worksheet 2A.